From the air, it looks like a mistake. A dark island of rainforest, more than 8,000 hectares of it sitting in the middle of a savanna that hasn't worn forest in thousands of years. Here's the strange part. Nobody planted that rainforest. The people who live here planted pine, a tree that isn't even native to Colombia. The jungle showed up on its own. This is Las Gaviotas, in the eastern llanos of Colombia, the high, flat, sun-hammered plains east of the Andes, and the soil here is, by every agricultural measure, useless. The earth is acidic enough to taste it. Aluminium leaches up through it and poisons most roots. For 10,000 years, this was a place where trees came to die. So why build a village here at all? Because in 1971, a Colombian visionary named Paulo Lugari chose this spot on purpose. His logic was almost absurd. If you could make life work in the worst place imaginable, you could make it work anywhere. His settlers built their own world from scratch: solar collectors, windmills, a children's seesaw rig to pump clean water from deep underground. But survival meant something had to grow, and that was the wall they kept hitting. You'd think the answer was obvious. Just plant the rainforest back, plant the natives, but the natives died. The soil that had killed forests for millennia killed them too. The obvious fix simply doesn't work here. Then, in the 80s, they tried something counterintuitive. Not a native at all, Pinus caribea, the Caribbean pine, a hardy stranger from Central America. One of the very few trees tough enough to tolerate that toxic, acid ground. And they did one clever thing more. They dusted the seedlings' roots with a partner fungus, a mycorrhiza, so the young pines could pull nutrients from soil that offered almost none. The pines took. They lived. Hundreds of thousands of them, planted by hand across the plain. The original plan was money to tap the trees for resin, the sticky rosin that goes into paint and paper and glue. A renewable harvest that never had to fell the forest. But under the pines, something nobody designed began to happen. The canopy threw shade. Fallen needles built a soft, acidic mulch. The ground grew cool and damp and quiet. And the birds and the wind started bringing seeds. Seeds of a rainforest everyone assumed was long-gone relic species, kind thought lost since the last ice age. They germinated in the pine shade. Then they grew taller than the pines. Scientists came and counted hundreds of returning native species. The pine, it turned out, was never the forest. It was the scaffolding, a nurse crop that fixed the ground just enough for the real jungle to climb back over it. And with the forest came the thing that truly changed everything: water. A living canopy rebuilds the water cycle. It catches the rain, slows it, feeds it down into the aquifer instead of letting it run off the baked plain. Streams that had vanished came back, and that returned water is astonishingly clean, filtered through forest and deep porous earth until it needs almost nothing done to it. So today, Las Gaviotas bottles it and sells it. The forest's own dividend in a bottle. Step back and look at what that village actually did. They wanted only to survive. In doing it, they engineered a rainforest, recharged an aquifer, and built a business out of pure water on land the textbooks had written off as dead. The llanos of South America run for tens of millions of hectares the same barren ground, the same toxic soil, the same waiting potential. Las Gaviotas isn't a miracle. It's a method, and a method can be copied. If you want the full breakdown, the soil chemistry, the resin economics, and exactly how this model could scale across a continent, the complete story is in the link below. It's worth your time. Go and see how it was done.